Star Trek. Strange New Worlds Scary Season 3 Gorn twist gets hilarious response from actor. Star Trek. Strange New Worlds Season 3 has never shied away from pushing emotional boundaries, but its latest Gorn-centered twist might just be the show's boldest and most terrifying moment yet. The Gorn saga has taken on an escalating horror thriller tone ever since Season 1's unforgettable ambush, but Season 3 raises the stakes in a way that stunned fans. Still, shock gave way to laughter thanks to a brilliantly amusing response from one of the show's stars, proving that even Star Trek's darkest beats can spark some lighthearted fun behind the scenes. The moment that set social media ablaze came at the end of episode, insert number, when the crew of the USS Enterprise discovered that the Gorn threat had evolved beyond biological horror and into something far more tactical and eerily familiar. Strange New Worlds has depicted the Gorn not just as savage apex predators, but as deeply intelligent, adaptive beings who terrify precisely because they break from the franchise's earlier virtual reality-style depiction. The twist this time? The Gorn appear to be mimicking Federation starship tactics, coordinating in patterns that mirror Pike's own command strategies. For longtime fans, it's a deeply unsettling shift. The Gorn aren't just monsters, they're learning, and that makes them exponentially more frightening. But while viewers were busy clutching their armrests, one cast member, Jess Bush, who plays Nurse Christine Chapel, had a completely different reaction. Instead of leaning into the horror, she took to social media with a perfectly timed comedic remark that instantly went viral among fans. After the episode aired, Bush posted, "Okay, so hypothetically, if the Gorn start copying us, does that mean they'll have to copy our paperwork too?" Asking for a nurse who doesn't want double shifts fighting and defiling. The joke struck at exactly the right angle, irreverent, meta, and self-aware without breaking the fourth wall too much. Fans immediately flooded the comments with everything from Gorn wearing lab coats memes to edits of Gorn trying to decipher medical tricorders. The humor was needed after an episode that played like a sci-fi creature feature. Bush later followed up with another post showing a picture of a Gorn doodle with speech bubbles saying, "PW" and "Engage," a playful nod to Captain Pike and the Enterprise bridge crew. What could have been a nerve-fraying week for fans suddenly became a celebration of Strange New Worlds' ability to balance dread with levity. And honestly, it also revealed something deeper about why the cast responds so well to these tense storylines. Bush's response cleverly highlights how the show threads fear with familiarity. Strange New Worlds deliberately makes the Gorn feel more dangerous compared to their earlier, somewhat awkward rubber suit portrayal from TOS. But the modern approach respects the canon while reinventing the threat. The cast's humorous behind-the-scenes reactions, whether Bush's jokes or earlier playful reactions from Anson Mount and Ethan Peck, remind fans that beneath the intense production lies a fun, collaborative environment. Their ability to laugh about the terrifying parts makes the show's scary beats feel more palatable. What really sells the hilarity, though, is the contrast between Chapel's actual on-screen experience and Bush's real-life energy. Season 3 puts Christine Chapel through some of her darkest challenges yet, especially involving the Gorn and Spock. The episode's twist adds extra emotional stress for her character, as the Gorn aren't just a threat to the crew. They represent a moral and medical nightmare for anyone in sickbay. The idea that these monstrous beings could mimic and adapt makes the stakes even higher for a healer who's sworn to preserve life in the face of deadly aggression. So when Bush takes that heavy material and flips it into something as mundane and relatable as workplace paperwork, that's the exact kind of comedic catharsis the fandom needed. The irony is also delicious. Strange New Worlds has been praised for its willingness to modernize Star Trek tropes while keeping the heart of the franchise intact. The Gorn's evolution into a terrifying apex species fits perfectly into that mission. But Bush's joke reminds us that Star Trek, at its best, blends the dramatic and the humorous. Even during the darkest Klingon wars, Borg invasions, and temporal disasters, Trek characters still found time for jokes, banter, and levity. Her response continues that legacy, except in this case, it's the actor, not the character, keeping the tone balanced. What's even better is that her playful commentary has already inspired a wave of fan theories delivered with tongue firmly in cheek. Some are joking that the Gorn are preparing to apply to Starfleet Academy. Others insist the Gorn will eventually adopt Starfleet approved,